Hi everybody, Johnny here. Hope you're doing great today. You can find more good math at jmathpage.com. There's lots of good stuff for you there. Today we're thinking about multiplying by 6's. And today we're going to think about it in terms of an array. An array is a special tool that helps us think about numbers by organizing things into rows and columns. But first, let's start with this. Maybe you've seen this before. 1 times 6, 2 times 6, 3 times 6, 4 times 6, 5 times 6, 6 times 6, 7 times 6, 8 times 6, 9 times 6, and we'll stop at 10 times 6. Yeah, this is your 6 table, and maybe you're working to memorize them, and that would be a great thing. It's also useful to think about them in terms of an array. Now, an array has rows and columns, and there's always a certain number of rows and columns. But today, since we're looking at 6's, I think I'll make 6 rows. Let's see how well I can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are pretty good rows. Let me mark them off. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. So I have 6 rows. Okay, and that's the number we care about today. Now these are all horizontal rows. Now I need some columns, and columns are always vertical. Let's count those off. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many should I make? 7, 8, 9. I think I'll stop at 10. 10's a good number today, right? I think that's all I'll need. Let's number them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I have 10 columns. Okay, well, how's this going to help us? Let's think about this together. Okay, if I look over here, 1 times 6, I could think of this in terms of 1 column and 6 rows. Well, here's 1 column, and then here's 6 rows. And every column intersects with rows, right? So this 1 column is intersecting with 6 rows. There's an intersection at each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I have 6 intersections. This helps me with my multiplication because I can say that when there's 1 column intersecting with 6 rows, I find 6 intersections. What happens when it's 2 times 6, or 2 columns and 6 rows? Well, here's 1 row, here's 1 column, here's the second column, 1 column, 2 columns. Here are my 6 rows. Let's add the intersections. Now I had 6 before, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 intersections now. So if I have 2 columns and 6 rows, 2 times 6 gives us 12 intersections. What about 3 times 6? 3 columns, 6 rows. Here's the third column. Here are our rows. Let's mark the intersections. I had 12 before. Let's count on. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, now I have 18 intersections when I have 3 columns and 6 rows. So 3 times 6, 3 columns, 6 rows gives us 18 intersections. What about 4 times 6? Well, let's look at that together. 4 columns, 6 rows. Here's my 4th column. I see all my rows. Let's mark the intersections. We had 18 before. Let's count these on. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay. So 4 columns, 6 rows. 4 times 6 gives us 24. What about 5 times 6? 5 columns, 6 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's our 5th column, and here are all our rows. Let's add the intersections. 24, let's add them on. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So 5 columns, 6 rows, 30 intersections. 5 times 6 gives us 30 intersections. What about 6 times 6? 6 columns, 6 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mark all of our intersections here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's count them on to what we had before. Here's 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. 36 intersections altogether. If we counted all of these intersections, we'd have 36. So 6 columns, 6 rows, 36 intersections. What about 7 times 6, or 7 columns and 6 rows? Here's our 7th column. Here are our rows. Let's add the intersections. We've added 6 more, so 36 and 6 more, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Okay, so 42. 7 columns, 6 rows, 42 intersections. Next one, 8 times 6. So 8 columns, 6 rows. Here's our 8th column. Here are all our rows. Let's add our intersections. 42 and 6 more. 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. Okay. So 8 columns, 6 rows, 48 intersections. There's so many now. How about 9 times 6? 9 columns, 6 rows. Let's go up to the 9th column. I see our 6 rows. Let's mark all the intersections. We had 48 before. Let's count on 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. So with 9 columns and 6 rows, we end up with 54. So 9 times 6, 9 columns, 6 rows, 54 intersections. What about the last one? 10 times 6, 10 columns, 6 rows. 10 columns, 6 rows. Let's add on. Okay, I'm marking all the intersections. We had 54 before. Let's count on. 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. All right. And if we look here, we see that 10 columns and 6 rows give us 60 intersections. It's quite a lot. 10 times 6 gives us 60 intersections. Okay, now it's great. We have our multiples of 6 really clearly now. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, and 60. And we can see them here as well. Now an array is one way to organize a multiplication idea. What I want you to do is pay attention to the array, because I'm going to make you do a little work right now. I'm taking away all these numbers over here. I'm going to ask you to call them out after I give you this number sentence, okay? Now you can use the array if you want to, or use whatever is helpful to you. Alright? So, let's start here. 1 times 6 equals 2 times 6 equals 3 times 6 equals 4 times 6 equals 5 times 6 equals 6 times 6 equals 7 times 6 equals 8 times 6 equals 9 times 6 equals 10 times 6 equals. How'd you do? I bet you did fine. Now I'm going to mix them up. Are you ready? Let's start here. 5 times 6 equals 6 times 6 equals 4 times 6 equals 7 times 6 equals 3 times 6 equals 8 times 6 equals 2 times 6 equals 9 times 6 equals 1 times 6 equals 10 times 6 equals. Okay, I'm going to write them in, so check for yourself now. 1 times 6 equals 6. 2 times 6 equals 12. 3 times 6 equals 18. 4 times 6 equals 24. 5 times 6 equals 30. 6 times 6 equals 36. 7 times 6 equals 42. 8 times 6 equals 48. 9 times 6 equals 54. 10 times 6 equals 60. Just like our multiples over here. So I hope you can see how an array with columns and rows can help us think about multiplication. Okay? I hope this was helpful to you.